You know, they been expecting me to give up, yet I'm still here. Never fold, never break. Look, I ain't for the moon, yeah, I'm shooting for the stars, nigga. They think it's easy, but believe me, it get hard, nigga.
Hey, my name is Brent Ford. I'm a teacher at El Cajon Valley High School. Today I'm here to talk about some of my ex-students, AJ and Twan and Kevon, the White brothers who came through ECV several years ago. Part of an amazing family, first of all. They came to us as freshmen in high school, and I got to watch all three of those brothers grow into strong young men. They were in my class as students. They were students that, you know, they didn't set the world on fire at first, but they learned the game. They learned how to adapt and be creative and to figure out ways to integrate themselves into a system that they weren't accustomed to, and to figure out and adapt. They all ended up graduating from high school and are now all working towards the betterment of human society, is the way I like to say it. They're trying to motivate others to do great things. You know, I feel like personally I had very little to do with their success, other than just trying to be a good positive role model for them and to help them along the way towards their graduation status. In addition to their academics, I know them as athletes as well. For a long time here, I was the athletic director at El Cajon Valley High School, so I was in charge of all the sports, and all three of the boys played football. They also played other sports as well, but I remember them mostly on the football field and their outstanding contributions to our ECV Brave athletic program. They were, again, role models for other kids on hard work and dedication to the program. They also would help kids to be better images of themselves. So I think that once kids understand that they have influence over other people, that they can either choose to take that influence and use it in a good way or a bad way. And all three of these gentlemen went on to live their lives influencing people in a positive way. And I know Antoine right now is working on influencing people through his music. That's a huge part of my personal life too as a musician, and somebody that has worked hard to be in the music business. So I know how hard that is for him to grind away every day at trying to live his dream of being a musician. All three of these guys are people that I would adopt into my own family, and I would take them home to dinner and anytime help them out with whatever they needed, because they are great people, and the world needs more people like the White brothers, AJ, Antoine, and Kevon.
We might have to do it a couple times.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
We're already rolling.
Rolling. All right. So, funny story about Twan too is that he didn't know I was always watching him. So that's my job. I was his advocate. So he had an IEP. What that means is he has an individual education plan, and I had specific goals on there for him to meet. I had to observe him a lot. So when I'd check him out on campus, little did he know, I'd catch him when he'd be, you know, spouting off to other kids or doing whatever, his little rhymes that he was doing, and he got a big circle around him. Or he might be, you know, looking a girl up and down in the hallway, like checking her out. Might have even had some issues with females, maybe even had some pregnancy issues. But he actually, I'm not sure how much he knew that I knew, but I knew a lot. And part of it was letting him grow, and part of it, so I didn't intervene because I wanted to let him grow, because we learn from our mistakes and our challenges. And so I think he did awesome with that. Another thing that Twan did that was really cool, in El Cajon Valley High School, I work obviously with kids with IEPs, So I've never, since I've been here, had a kid try to take an AP level course. So Twan took an AP level course with Mr. Procopio, who's one of our great teachers on campus. Ended up doing really well. He took it with his buddy Vernell. They did really great in that class. And I got to brag about it to all my teachers and tell them, hey man, look, if this kid can do it, anybody can do it. So I'm super proud of him on that. He always challenged himself. He took the hardest classes he could take, and he always made sure that he passed them, and he always made sure that he was going to graduate. Because guess what? He wanted to make
trying to
Coco.
get parole. Got a case on paperwork.
Hey, this is Coco. I'm Araccs' mom. Let me tell you a little history about this boy right here. Growing up, he was really, really bad. He was a bad kid. Had so much energy. He had ADHD growing up. He was always kicked out of school in preschool. He was pushing kids off bikes, getting suspended in preschool. Who gets suspended in preschool as a kid? Him. I always made sure that he was in sports. He played baseball, football. I made sure he was busy in school. As a single mom, I made sure all my kids was busy in school. This boy right here, I always made sure for Christmas he had karaoke machines. He had his little microphones. He made sure he listened to all kind of music. He even listened to old school music growing up. He knew every single word of every song of old school music. He even wanted to do talent shows and stuff like that. He always wanted to rap. He used to rap and say all kind of stuff as a kid. So I knew that he was going to be a rapper or become something or somebody. So at 16 years old, in school, in high school, he was a good athlete. He always played sports and football. He had a scholarship to go to Arizona, but he was involved with some girl. She got pregnant, and he stayed here to help her out and lost the whole scholarship. After that, he started getting into trouble, hanging out with the wrong crowds, ditching school. I had to go pick him up an hour away, in trouble, robbing houses with some kids. I went up there to go pick him up an hour away, and he didn't want to face me, period. He already knew I was one of those tough moms. I was not one of them soft moms. I was on my kids' butt. And he knew I was from the hood as well. You know, I hung around with gangbangers. My son knew if I would have had to go up there and get him, then he knew that he was in trouble. He told the police to take him to juvenile hall because he didn't want to face me. I had to go up there and chase him around for him to get in my car because he would not get in my car. The police told him to get in my car, but he refused to get in my car because he already knew that I was going to knock him beside his head. I wasn't one of those moms that was soft. I was one of them moms that I was going to whip your ass.
I was trying to play it cool. Told the police I ain't going home. Motherfucker, take me to the horse. Wouldn't give them your number. Hoping that they wouldn't call. But they called anyway. The look on your face, that was a day. I seen the hurt in your eyes. It tore me apart every time that you cried. Couldn't tell you.
I love him to death. He's a very great father. With his kids, have no problem with him being a great father. I mean, he knows what he did, and he admits, all the bad stuff that he did, but that's why I'm glad that he's into music. He's a better person, but I just want him to keep going. And one thing I can say, his music is really, really good, and this is keeping him out of trouble, and it's keeping him focused in life. So I just want him to keep going and keep prospering, because I know he has talent, and I know he can make it, as my son.
Baby, I done came a long
You know they always
way.
gon' hate.
Struggle through the storm.
You gotta keep running your race, keep running your marathon, you hear me?
Always
Fuck what them haters say.
on me.
Do you? Look. Hey, dad, nigga, pray that I make it home. All this faking, all this hating, nigga can't condone. Before I ask for any help, I do this shit alone. Myself is who I'm banking on. Gotta bring that bacon home. Alright, this is Araccs, man. I'm right here at my old high school, my old football field where I used to run it up and run amok at. You know what I mean? Man, this is this was my upbringing. This is home base for me. I've been playing football. Mom's had us in sports since we was you know, me and all my brothers since we was young. So, you know, I started as a freshman, as a sophomore actually, starting running back. My brother got kicked off the team. I had to take his place. And ever since then, man, I was going crazy. So this was supposed to be what I was supposed to do, my career, my dreams, and, you know, it didn't turn out that way. But, you know, I tell all the youth, you know, if you can't make one thing happen, there's still something else that maybe you can do. You know what I mean? So just keep going and always keep pushing, man, for sure. My heart and my conscience, losing not an option, you know I'm gon' get it poppin'. Your homies ain't your homies, they just checking for your pockets. Spin a block before I park it, just in case a nigga watch it. Gotta keep it on me, just in case a nigga creepin' on me. I know I'm gon' go, but I just hope that it don't be the homie. I done got it crackin', got more action than the ones before me. Grind solo, I'ma do that time, I die by my lonely. When I was locked, my mama picked